AI writes our emails, summarizes our docs, even plans our trips. So why not let it collect data from the web for us? Instead of writing fragile code that breaks every time a site changes, you could just describe what you want in plain English and the AI extracts it. Hi, I'm Arnas from Oxylabs. By the end of this video, you'll have scraped a real site using AI, and you'll learn 3 ways to do it: a no-code tool, your own Python script with an LLM, and a managed API calls for scale. Let's start with the basics. What is AI web scraping? AI web scraping is simply extracting data from websites using AI instead of handwritten rules. You tell the AI what you want, and it figures out how to pull it. The traditional way relies on fixed CSS or XPath selectors, and the moment a site changes its layout, they break. With AI, you write a natural language prompt instead. The model reads the page, understands it, and returns structured JSON, even when the layout changes. That means less maintenance and scrapers that adapt on their own. Let's look at 3 ways to do it. The easiest method needs 0 code. We'll use Oxylabs AI Studio, a set of no-code apps including AI Scraper, AI Crawler, AI Search, AI Map, and a browser agent. This time, we'll use the AI Scraper. We paste the product URL from the Oxylabs sandbox, type a plain English prompt for the title, price, and rating, and choose JSON as our output. No selectors, no code. We run it, and there's our clean, structured data. Now the powerful part. Run the exact same prompt on a completely different product page. No changes, and it still works. That's the advantage of AI. Now let's build our own AI scraper in Python so you understand what's happening under the hood. The pipeline has 4 steps: fetch, clean, prompt, run. Let's set up our environment. Create a project folder, initialize a Python virtual environment, and create a main.py file. Now, let's import our required libraries here: requests, Beautiful Soup, and OpenAI. After that, we add our credentials and fetch the page through Oxylabs residential proxies. Also, we add an API key for LLM we will be using. In this case, we use the OpenAI platform. Finally, let's add the URL of our target site. Hitting sites directly gets you captcha'd. Residential proxies are real, rotating IPs, so each request looks like a normal user. First, in the fetch_page function, we will define our proxy configuration and headers for our request. In this instance, we will add a user agent header. After retrieval of the page's content, we need to clean the content we have received. We will use the clean_html function to do that. Let's use Beautiful Soup to strip scripts and styles and keep only readable text. This keeps the input small. Remember that you pay per token, so clean input saves your wallet. Then we send the clean text to the LLM and ask it to return the title, price, and rating as valid JSON. This is the AI part. We enter our prompt, then choose the response structure with the model, max tokens, the response format, and the message. Let's call all of them to the main function and print the result. And there's our structured JSON in the terminal. Exactly the fields we asked for, pulled by the AI. Our DIY scraper works, but it hits walls fast. The fix is the Oxylabs Web Scraper API. One request handles proxies, retries, JS rendering, and unblocking. Here's a basic request. It sets the source and target URL, sends a post, and gets back clean, structured data. And it's genuinely AI native. There's a Markdown output option, the format LLMs prefer for RAG pipelines. There's also Oxy Copilot in Oxylabs API Playground, which writes the request and parsing code from a plain English description. Let me show you how it works. Now that we've discussed 3 different methods of AI web scraping, Let's talk about the downsides too. First, hallucination. A model can misread a value, so validate high-stakes data. Second one, the cost. Every extraction is an LLM call, which adds up at scale. And third, traditional scraping is still faster and cheaper for stable, high-volume targets. So if you're starting fresh, go hybrid. AI for messy or changing pages, traditional selectors for stable, high-volume scraping. Before you start working, here are some quick but important things to keep in mind. Think twice before sharing and giving permissions of sensitive information to AI. Better to be safe than sorry. Always check the site's terms of service. Respect the website's robots.txt. Stick to public data only to stay out of troubles. And always keep a reasonable delay between requests. Let's wrap up with a quick recap. So, we covered what AI web scraping is, 3 ways to do it. First, how to do it with no code. Second, how to do it with DIY Python code with integrating LLM key. And third, how to do it with Web Scraper API. We also learned about the limitations and the legal essentials for AI web scraping. If you have questions, email us at support@oxylabs.io or use the live chat on our homepage. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time.